flat sheet, blanket. This is the way it's gonna look when you have your clients. In here, it might look a little bit different because it runs hot and cold in this building. I don't know if you've noticed this specific building yet, but it gets super cold over here and it's super hot over there. So, unfortunately, if you guys are working on this side of the room, you're gonna be freezing. You're gonna want a blanket. If you're working on that side of the room doing facials, probably not so much. Just the way it's set up. I don't have any control over it, so we just kind of do the best we can. So, the rest of the bed. So I'm gonna kind of unlayer things just a little bit and tell you why I did what I did. This is gonna be your chest towel, okay? So normally your chest towel would be sitting over to the side because you don't want your client to lay on it. You want your client just to jump right into bed. So the reason I fold this also is this is inviting. Instead of them having to like move the sheet and get in themselves, this is come on in, get comfortable, okay? So this is what this bed should look like. Now the layers of underneath with the bath towel and the additional medium towels that I have. So the bath towels, we fold them a certain way to make it easier to make your head towel or your head cushion for your clients. Okay, so the way that we do this, may sound kind of weird, but I do hamburger first, I make another hamburger, and then we fold them into thirds. So 1, 2, 3. If you unfold a little bit, there's your headrest. Super simple, makes life a lot easier so you don't have to go back and refold things, okay? That is gonna be sitting down for the head portion. Now, what I did, because when you guys are getting ready to work on each other, you're going to be alternating. So, esthetician's gonna be working on client, client's gonna flip over, become esthetician. When that happens, so you don't have to rearrange the sheets and redo everything again, you're gonna be putting one hand towel or medium towel down to cover the headrest. Then you're gonna be putting your headband on top of it. Then you're gonna be putting your head wrap on top of the headband, okay? So when you get ready to break down your bed, all you have to do is take this that's been used, put it in your basket that's underneath the table, take this off, and now you have a clean headrest for the next person, okay? So that's the way it's gonna look like when you're working on each other. When you're normally just doing a client, it's just gonna be the headrest, the headband, and then the head wrap. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm not going to use this one today. So we're going to put that one away. Now, when it comes to your, and also too, we have a hand towel. This goes on the side for us to wipe our hands with. Okay, so that sits right there. So normally you would have all your products on this tray. However, because I want to show you the products and I want to show you how to dispense them, I'm going to have 2 separate trays. We're going to start to incorporate some sponges and bowls into our service because it's going to cut down on how much laundry we have to do per day because there's a lot. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to have an extra table for my water and for my sponges, okay? When it comes to making towels, did you go over this? How to make your towels? Okay. Okay, towels. So there's a certain way we fold our towels, and there's another reason why we do that, okay? So it's gonna be hamburger, and it's gonna be hot dog. You're gonna take this, you can do one of 2 things. You can fold it again, which is totally fine. When you saturate it with water, you can roll it up and put it in the hot towel cavity. Or if you don't want to do that, you just get them wet. We have bowls, metal bowls. You fill that up with water. You put your towels in that with more water, and you're getting ready to put it in the hot towel cavity. Or you can just roll them up like that and call it a day. Okay? Makes it super simple when you're getting ready because that way you don't have to go again and refold towels to fold them into a little hot dog for a hot towel. Okay? So I'm gonna make only 2 of these for now, and then I'm gonna use sponges the rest of the time, okay? So your bowl, okay, so the metal bowls are over here in the sink. So if I had a bunch of these and you were getting ready to do each one without two, so instead of like each person just doing two, just throw a bunch into the bowl, fill it up with water, and then bring them out, put it in the hot tub pan. Super simple. They're gonna open up and they're gonna look like little round discs. So see? Expanding, magic, it's magic. They're so fun. And then they turn into these little guys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're nice and soft.
They're very, very soft. They feel really good on the skin. This is something a little bit new that we started to introduce because again, we were going through so much laundry per day with 5 towels per person. So that starts to add up. But these are really, really nice. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be doing hot towels in the beginning of the service. Then I'm gonna be switching over to my sponges. It also makes removing our microfoliant so much easier because it kind of sometimes it gets kind of challenging to remove all those little particles from the skin when you're just using a towel. But with using sponges, it comes off so easily, so nice. So yeah, it's wonderful. Game changer. So when it comes to your product dispensing, I have my little cheat sheet for my notes here.
So you write this into your paper so that you know how much you dispense.
Yeah, so go ahead because like what I did, go ahead and write down exactly how many pumps I'm telling you to dispense. Then that way you can go back when you're getting ready to do your services tomorrow and see exactly how many pumps that you need to dispense each time until you get comfortable, okay?
It's a lot different than what we dispense on ourselves to do at home. But when you work with clients and you're spending more time, like for example,
It's going to be 2 pumps into your bowl. Okay, so 2 pumps. In addition to this 2 pumps, when they have makeup on, so eye makeup, lip makeup, this is going to be sitting here as well. These 3 cotton rounds are going to be 2 for eye makeup, 1 for lip. 1 pump on each cotton pad, okay? Then I have a bowl of water sitting in front of my special cleansing gel. And I also have my stick to dispense it out. Okay, you're gonna be doing 3 pumps, no, you're fine. 3 pumps of your special cleansing gel, okay, into your bowl. Okay? Then next is gonna come your microfoliant. We have these glass dishes for you guys. It's easier to determine because I'm gonna fill the entire bottom of this with a microfoliant. I don't know if you've used it yet, but if you have, you've noticed it foams. So to make it foam, we use our Dermalogica brush and water. So it's gonna be the entire bottom of this glass dish. Because if you don't have enough, you're gonna have to go back and get more. Okay? So the entire bottom of that is filled. Okay? Stay there. Okay. Next is gonna be your massage gel cream. So with this, you're gonna wanna take this off because it's a little bit more challenging to dispense with the cap on. So you're gonna take this and it's gonna be 3 swirls at the bottom of your dish. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Then put my cap on. Okay. Conductive mask gel, you're gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be the same 3 swirls with the cap off. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, next to my conductive mask is going to be water for my iPads. Okay, so you're gonna put the gel mask on first, then you're gonna put the iPads on after the gel mask. What goes in this additional cup is going to be our hand lotion or our massage cream. What did I do with my lid? There it is. Okay, hand cream. So I do about a half a pump of hand cream, and this is gonna be for both arms. So about like so. Okay. Your last dish is going to be your Active Moist and your sunscreen. You're just gonna need a chocolate chip drop of each, and you mix them together in the same bowl. Okay? Larger chocolate chip morsel. And then right next to it, another chocolate chip. Okay? So that's what your product dispensing is gonna look like. Anybody have any questions on any of that?
We don't support that.
Yeah, toner. Ask her questions. So I'm just going to kind of role play just really quick before I get her to jump into bed. So, hi Allison, I'm Jerome doing your facial today. Do you have any concerns for your skin?
I have a little bit of peeling around my nose.
Okay, do you know what that's from?
I don't know, it's always there a little bit. It's a little more now because I had some sun exposure, but I am experiencing drying around my nose.
Okay, are you taking any new medications? Okay, do you have any allergies? Okay, perfect. All right, so we can concentrate on some of the dry spots on your nose. And are you okay with doing a scalp massage and hair massage and foot massage today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So that's what a consultation is gonna look like, because you wanna know, are they taking any medications? Is there anything I need to know? Medical history. Is she diabetic? Does she have anything going on that I need to be aware of? Is she comfortable with me giving her a scalp massage and hair massage and foot massage? So always ask those questions before you get them onto the bed, and then have to ask them, like maybe they fell asleep during the treatment. It's like, oh gosh, now I have to wake them up to see if they're okay with me touching them and like their scalp and their hands and their feet. So asking all the questions before you get started, just to make sure that everything's gonna be like flowing nice and comfortable. Okay, you're good, go ahead and pop on up. I really wanna use my timer too, but
No, it's not gonna work here because you're talking.
I know I'm talking through it, so it's not gonna,
It's not gonna work.
it's not gonna affect anything, I know.
So there is a timer, interval timer that I will send to you guys, or Karen will send to you, that will help you keep track of where you're at in the facial. It's almost like a cheat sheet. A cheat track from the beginning to end.
Can I get up and come look?
Yes, please. Bring a chair, sit up around and
Yeah,
watch. like
yeah, you need to
fun.
get up and close and personal.
So yeah, you've seen me perform on my
My hands, and I do apologize, my hands are really cold right now,
It's
so
okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so you do have some options when it comes to your head wrap, okay? So if you want to just use the towel, so I'll show you two different ways. You can use the towel, make sure all that hair is nicely snugged, tucked back. Okay, and if you choose to do so and you don't want to use the headband, you don't have to. Just take a bobby pin and you can bobby pin it in. Okay, it's nice and snug, nice and secure. How's that feel?
Good.
So if you have a client that this doesn't fit so snug and so secure, you can make it more secure by using your head wrap. Or if you want to make sure the bobby pin doesn't come out, you can do that too. Okay, so you have a couple different options, whatever your preference. As long as you make sure that their head stays nice and tucked, you do want their ears exposed just ever so slightly so that they can hear you. So just like so, okay? And then my towel for their chest goes on next. So I kind of folded it like a M. So it's like this first. So then I take it and I fold it from corner to corner. And that goes on the décolleté. I like to keep them nice and tucked in so she doesn't get wet. So I take those little corners, just kind of tuck them in like so. Okay? Any questions so far? Everybody good? Yep. Okay. All right. My trash bag fell. It's a dead trash bag. It's on the floor. It comes with air conditioning. Okay. Oh, and I forgot my basket. So you're gonna need a basket for under your bed or your dirty towel. So just one of these little baskets. Goes right underneath. I'm choosing to sit today. I don't care if you guys stand or if you sit, whatever's more comfortable for you. Our chairs are on rollers, the beds do adjust. If you can see, they have like screws on either side. So the bed does get fairly low and it also goes fairly high. Whatever your comfort, I don't have a preference. As long as you can like comfortably touch their skin and it's not too high and it's not too low. Okay, so you don't want to be working all the way up here, and you don't want to be working way down here. So if you're on the taller side, this is as high as this bed goes. So if you're on the taller side, like I said, if you're more comfortable sitting, then sit. I don't have a preference. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and sanitize my hands. So my client does have some makeup on. So we're gonna do our makeup removal with our pre-cleanser. So your Dermalogica, you have one pump for the eyes, one pump for the lip. You take your cotton pads, go ahead, close your eyes for me. Okay, we'll start with lip first. So one hand on them so they know you're in contact with them. And you're just gonna sweep across 3 times. Other side. Music, music. Actually, this time I'm like, it didn't even faze me. Okay. And you can take that cotton round right into there.
What if they have eyelash extensions? They don't.
What's that?
What if they have eyelash extensions?
You don't touch them.
Okay.
So the best way to do that is to take your cotton round, fold it in half, because if it gets any oil on the eyelash extension, it will come off, but you can put it right there,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
So that's a way to avoid the eyelash extensions,
Got
is right there,
Okay.
okay?
Good question.
Okay. So she does have waterproof mascara. So when it comes to eye makeup, you do your full swipe, 1, 2, 3, across. Then I take and I fold, and I go down the lashes.
How did you know that she had waterproof mascara on? Because you know her.
Hmm?
How'd you know she had waterproof?
She told me.
Okay. Okay, I missed that.
She told me so.
Okay.
Well, she told me that she had makeup, and I'm like, what kind of makeup? She's like, well, it's waterproof mascara. I'm like, oh, cool. Because this is oil-based, and it comes off so easy with this remover.
Okay.
That remover is amazing.
It's amazing, right? Now, because I didn't let it sit a whole long time, yes, I am working it down the lashes.
Okay.
Don't go to sleep on you guys.
So notice my hand is always in contact with her. I haven't broke contact with her yet at all. So that's kind of like the key, because a lot of times if you have to leave them, if they have cotton rounds on their eyes, they need to know where you are at all times. with the removal. I'm gonna have her open her eyes. I wanna make sure that nothing is underneath her eye. Okay, and there you have your makeup removal. For your pre-cleanse. Okay, you're gonna take out that product. Always on the side, so never over top of their head. In case something drips, it's always off to the side. I emulsify through my hands first, so it's completely covering my hands. And then I start my 20-step application, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, forehead 5, forehead 6, up for 7, down for 8, temples 9, rotation 10, rotation 11, chin for 12, 13, 14, 15, nose 16, tip the nose 17, up for 18, down for 19, back up to the forehead for 20. Then I start my application of my pre-cleanse. So I go back to the chin, I do small circles. So small circles starting in the middle, working out to the ear. 3 minutes, we have to do this. So it's always gonna be circular motions up towards you, never push down because you're drawing the muscles and the tissues down, which will make them droop and sag, and then that's not good, okay? So starting at the chin, I slowly start to work my way upward. So now I'm at the bottom of the chin and I go to the ear. So I start at the middle and work my way out, okay? You can also do small circles around the chin if you choose to do small circles around the chin. And then from there, you can go up to the mouth with 2 fingers or alternate your thumbs. As long as you have a really good flow, when I get to that zygomatic arch in the cheeks, then you can switch to the nasolabial folds around the nose. Up to the forehead, now down to the sides of the nose. Okay, back and forth on the nose. Can you see? Notice my hands never leave her face. I'm always in contact with her. Okay, up to the forehead. Circles in the forehead. Depending on the size of their face and their forehead, sometimes you'll have to use 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 1 finger if they have a tiny forehead. You can always adapt. So usually my pattern is I go around the face at least twice. So after I finish the forehead, go back, circular motions again. So always have a really good pattern for yourself so you're not jumping around the face, because it's not very relaxing if you're kind of jumping all over. Feather off. I'm gonna go to the bottom of the jaw 3 times on one side, 3 times around her dimple, 3 times around her cheek, 3 times on her temple, 3 times on one side of her forehead, 3 times in the middle, 3 times on her other side of her forehead, 3 times on the other side of her temple, 3 times on her cheek, 3 times on her dimple, 3 times on her chin. Hands meet in the middle of the chin. I come up the sides of the face, onto the forehead. I press, and then I hug. And then I feather off. Okay? I use my towel to wipe my hands because I have my pre-cleanser. Then I'm gonna excuse myself and I'm gonna go get a hot towel. Okay. You put towels in there like before lunch and you come back and you work on each other, it's gonna be like a hot potato. So you're gonna have to let it cool because it's gonna be hot on your hands and it's gonna be hot on your skin. Okay, so I take this out. I make sure that it's not too steamy. It's not steamy. I like to test it to see if it's too hot for my wrist. If it's too hot for my wrist, it's too hot for her face. Okay, cradle. If they have eyelashes, off to the side. If they don't have eyelashes, over top just for once. Okay. Again, you're gonna fold from corner to corner. I introduce at the chin and I ask her how it feels. How's it feel?
Feels fine.
Okay. If they have eyelashes, it just goes around the outer perimeter. If they don't have eyelashes, you're just gonna make a crisscross, leaving the nose and the mouth out, and I give a hug. I give a hug starting at the chin. I go to the zygomatic arch. Then I go to the forehead and the chin at the same time. And then I give one more hug on the sides. Then I start with my removal. Start on the forehead, wiping out. Okay, and then you're going to be twirling. This product is already there and you don't want to spread product, you're trying to remove product. Down the sides of the face, twirling, in towards the cheeks, top of it, temples, chin. By the time you get bottom to the chin, you should have a nice rolled up towel. You can go back and forth. Okay. Hold on the left side, bring it across the forehead, press down. Hold the right side, remove. You're gonna make a mitt. You're gonna put your hand in and you're gonna grab all those corners and make a mitten. You can start at the bottom of the chin and just work your way and wipe. And you're wiping upwards, never down. You don't have to do that great of a job. This is still your pre-cleanse. Okay, when you go to the other side, this already has product on it. Flip it right over. Draw this to you, make another mitt. And you can take that towel, put it in your basket. Then you're gonna go straight into your cleanser. So you're gonna take your stick, all that cleanser, it's gonna go into your hand. Take your stick, into the trash. Your cup, into your pre-cleanse cup. Take your cup of water, set it right next to you. Emulsify your product. Again, always off to the side. Okay, and then you can start your 20-step application. 1, 2 in the dimples, 3 in the cheek, 4 in the temple, 5 on the forehead, 6 on the forehead, up for 7, down for 8, temples 9, down for 10, dimples 11, be back on the chin for 12, 13, 14, 15, sides of nose 16, up 17, 18, 19, 20. Same steps as we did with our pre-cleanse. You're gonna go back to the chin and you're just gonna start your small circles, starting in the middle and working your way out. Extra water that you have left over, and you can pour it directly into your bag. Okay, go ahead and wipe your hands off. Then excuse yourself and you can go with your hot towel. Just on the verge of being too warm. Cut it off just in time. Okay, over the top. Okay, fold from corner to corner. Always be cautious of where the eye sockets are when you're pressing down with towels. I've seen a couple of people like pressing like too far in and they get the eye sockets, so just be really cautious and know where the eyes are.
No Game of Thrones here. So notice every time I do anything, I'm feathering off. I'm not abrupt when it comes to any type of removal or introducing myself. So again, like Jenny has said, if you know that they have sensitive skin, you're not gonna know right off the bat until you get to know that your partner or who you're working on. But if they start to say that their skin feels sensitive or it starts to feel too tingly, you're gonna stop toning until the very end. So right now, we're gonna tap. Tap for 1 minute. So it's kind of like piano fingers. nose is usually the most challenging. It's like tapping your head and rubbing your stomach at the same time. But once you tap and you've gotten all the way to the top and you've tapped everything, then again you go back and you tap again. And that usually gets you to your 1 minute mark. Okay. You're gonna grab your 2 cotton pads and your toner. 2 to 3 sprays per pad. Oh. Dead cotton round. You can swipe, you can pat, doesn't matter. You can do 1 at a time. I like to do 2 at a time. Sides of the nose, forehead. And again, you're going to want to feather off. So I press from the sides, then I release. Okay, microfoliant. When it comes to adding your water, less is more. You just want to add a little bit at a time, not a whole bunch, because if it gets too runny, you need to start over. So I pour just a little bit, and I mix. So what you're looking for is just something frothy. So see how it starts to bubble? If it's bubbly, it goes on really nice and it feels really soft on the skin. If it's too runny and it's not bubbly, you got too much water. So I didn't use that much of my water from my cups at all. So when you fill your cups up, I usually fill them up to the very, to the little line. So it's about 3/4 full. Okay, I'm done with my water. I can set it aside. Okay, when it comes to your application of your microfoliant, you're gonna see this a lot. Start at the chin, work your way up the sides of the face, to the forehead, the other side of the forehead, side of the face, chin, to the nose, top of lip, cheeks are last. Whatever product you have left in your bowl, you can take and you can scoop out, put it in your hand, set your bowl aside, emulsify it through your hands, and you can start your cleansing technique. So this is also 3 minutes. This is gonna work on congestion. This is gonna work on blackheads, papules, pimples. It's gonna help to exfoliate a lot of that skin. So just like your cleansing techniques, circular motions. If you need to spend more time in the area, go back and spend time in the area of congestion. Which is usually the chin, the nose, and the forehead. Okay. Take my water, I'm done with my water. I'm gonna remove the product from my hands. But I'm gonna go with my sponges. When one side of your sponge gets dirty with the microfoliant, just flip it over and you have a fresh side. They may have it up their nostrils, they may have it on their lips, so you may have to go in and grab it and get it. It's totally normal. Microphone gets everywhere. Probably takes a little bit longer to remove than any other product that we have. But just keep on going back and getting more water on your sponges until it's completely removed. Now you do have to use a little bit of pressure, especially when it comes to the eyebrows. They love to hold on to the microfoliant. Pay attention to the hairline, because microfoliant loves to live in the hairline. Try to remove as much of that particle as you can. Okay, then you're going to go in with your extra little fluffy brush. So this is going to be your mask brush. And you're going to just start removing any particles that you see. Go back and you're going to tap for 1 minute. I always like to check in to see how the skin is feeling before I go in and tone again. Massage lasts for 15 minutes. Again, technique-wise, as long as everything flows really nicely together, however you spend your 15 minutes, as long as I said, as long as it flows really nice and it looks nice and uniform, doesn't matter. My technique's a lot different than Jenny's. Jenny's is different than mine. Mine's different from yours. Doesn't matter how you do your massage technique, as long as it flows really nicely. So, take all my product, dispense it. Again, I'm stacking my bowls so they look nice and neat. I have my 20-step applications. 1, 2, 3, temple 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 plus 9, down 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, up the tip of the nose, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you kind of see a pattern forming, right? I usually always start with the chin and kind of work my way up towards the face. Want to rinse your face with microfoliant and sponges, or do I need to get more water? I'm gonna go get more water. There's microfoliant in there. So I'm gonna switch up my water. I was hoping you were asleep. Oh no. You really need to be thorough when you're removing this massage cream. If at any time their hair comes out of their head wrap, you can go back in and you can tighten it up at any time. Just to protect that hair. See a pattern forming? So you're tapping each time. feel okay. Next step is going to be your mask. So you're going to use your mask brush. Stroke the chin. Nice even application of mask. Go all around the perimeter. Forehead. Chin. Lip. Cheeks are always last because cheeks are sensitive. So always apply your mask and your products to the cheeks last. Okay. Once you've applied your mask, then you're going to grab your cotton pads. I'm missing a cotton pad. I know. I'm missing one. You're going to place them in water. If they have lashes, artificial lash extensions, you're going to want to tent them. So when they're wet, fold them in half, pinch them while they're in half, make a little base so they're going to actually look like a little pair of lips. The tent goes right over top and then they have something to sit on, okay? So that's how you tent lashes, so they don't get wet and they don't get damaged from the cotton rounds, okay? If they don't have artificial lashes, these just go right on top, just like so. Now, she said that it was okay that we do a scalp massage, so you can break it up into 2, 3, 2, 3. If they don't want the scalp, they just want their arms, 5 and 5. This is a 10-minute mask. So break it up into portions, how it's going to be time consuming or get you through that 10 minutes. So she opted for a scalp massage, so I started the scalp first. And just give him a nice scalp massage. If you have fingernails at all, it kind of feels good if you kind of almost are like a little kitty cat and run your fingers through their hair. Super relaxing, it feels amazing. So you can do that for your time that you have on the scalp, or you can just massage. I'm fully certified in domain, so